Hello my amazing artists! Today we're going to be making Jim Dine hearts. Now Jim Dine is a contemporary artist, which means he's alive or he lived recently. And he's well known for his hearts. Now Jim Dine's style is a painterly style, which means that you can see his brush strokes, and he uses very bright colors and a figure that you would recognize like a heart. Now, today our hearts are going to be textured hearts or rubbings. So we're going to find different things around the house that have a texture or a feeling. Because a lot of artists, when they paint, they use an element of art called texture, which means that it has a feel to it. Even if you can't go up and actually feel it, it looks like it has a feeling. So either the brush strokes are very thick and you can tell that it's bumpy, or they create texture with their paintbrush, like it's a road and you can see that it's rocky. That would be a texture also. Now then we're going to paint our textured hearts with watercolor, but you can also just leave the crayon if you don't have watercolors. So let's get started. Remember, for our Jim Dine hearts, you can do one heart, or you can do up to 4 hearts, or even more. If you're going to do the 4 hearts, it's just the same as if you're going to do the 1. But what you're going to need to do is fold your paper into 4. You're going to fold it in half, and then fold it in half one more time. And that's going to give you 4 quadrants. Then you can draw a heart in each of the quadrants and do a different texture for each of them. I'm going to be showing you how to do one large heart, but I'm still going to use lots of different textures in my heart. Now, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my heart. Now remember, you can do an M and a V for a heart, or you can do one candy cane and then a backwards candy cane. Now, when you're looking for materials or textures, you can look anywhere. You can look in nature and use like tree bark and leaves and concrete, or you can look around your house. I have just some old netting that my oranges came in. I have the bottom of my shoe. You could do a whole rubbing of just bottoms of shoes, like your parents and your shoes. You could use your toys. Look at what I found. This has a really great, you can even hear it, texture for the Lego pads. And even, I'm going to try this out. I don't know how well it's going to work because it's kind of soft, but you could even use bubble wrap. Okay, so since we have such a big heart, I'm going to use different textures. I'm going to put the texture or my paper on top of the texture and then just rub. Let's see, I'm going to do it over here and do light green, and I'm going to just push down really hard and rub. Okay, go over it a few times. I'm going to try to stay in the lines, but I've got my crayon on its side and I'm just pushing down, holding down with my other hand so that my paper doesn't slip. If you need help, your parents could help you hold it down. Then I'm going to take another texture, put my paper over it. I'm just going to kind of feel and make sure the part that I'm going to color right down here is all on top of the plate. And I'm going to hold down and rub so might fall off the plate, that's fine. And I'm going to do that for my texture. And I can overlap textures and see how cool that looks when the blue goes on top of the green. Then I'm going to do my shoe. Let's see. I'm going to put my shoe down and then put my paper on top of it. Make sure it's pretty solid. It's not going to move on me. And I'm going to hold down with one hand and rub with the other. Like I said, I can overlap textures, and look, I even got the name of the shoe on my paper. Let's see, let's try this bubble wrap and see how it works. got a big sheet of it, so I can put my whole sheet down and then pick a color and rub. That's pretty good. So I might do this a little bit. It's not my favorite. So I'm actually going to take this outside, and one of my favorite textures is concrete. So I can take this out and put it on the sidewalk and rub. So I'm going to go do that right now. Okay, I went and I rubbed my paper on the concrete, and you can see it gives me this cool texture, and I did it all over. I liked it better than the bubble wrap. The bubble wrap was too soft, and that's okay. You'll try some and you really like it, and you'll try other things and you're like, I think I can do better. So that's what I did. Now I'm ready to paint. So I'm going to take my watercolors, and remember, if I'm going to use certain colors, I am going to wake them up and just add a little dab of water to the ones I'm going to use. Some of these were already woken up. And then I'm going to paint with colors that I know to go together, or we call them analogous colors in art. So colors that go together are close to each other on your color palette usually. So purple and indigo and blue all go really well together. Also, if I used a color like blue, I am not going to paint over it with blue because I won't be able to see it. So I'm going to color purple and blue over these. You can see where it's not sticking. That's because there's crayon there and it won't stick to the crayon. That's okay. We want to be able to see both the crayon and the paint. So I'm just going to move the paint around, and where it sticks, it sticks. If it's not going to stick, it won't. And then add a little bit of blue because all of these colors are next to each other on the color wheel. They are analogous. Okay. Then I kind of did cool colors. Remember, colors that make you feel cold for the big heart. So around it, I'm going to use some warm colors. So colors that also go together down here are yellows. And so I'm going to paint some yellow. Use lots of water because I want to just paint with the juice, not the actual paint, because my paints will last a lot longer and they'll look more even. And getting them to look strong doesn't come from digging into the paint palette. It comes from the paint getting really juicy and woken up. So you might even give it some time to wake up. Sometimes you need time to wake up. Then another color that's going to go with yellow is orange. So I'm going to move on to orange. You can see I'm even kind of mixing my yellow and my orange together because I know they go together like friends. And I can even add some darker orange into it. Add some darker orange over here. This one needs a lot more water. And then I think my magenta needs some waking up. I'm going to add some magenta up here. See how those all work really well together. They're all friends. There you go. All right, and that is my Jim Dine heart, and I hope you guys enjoyed this lesson. Remember, if you had a lot of fun with it, you can go back and you can do 4 hearts also instead of just 1. And I look forward to seeing your art, so please email it to me or upload it to Artsonia. You guys have a good day.